provide relief from loneliness, pent up negative feelings, and perhaps prevent an attempted suicide. You can start the conversation with statements like, I've been feeling concerned about you lately. I've noticed some differences in you and wondered how you're doing today. If they confide in you and they are suicidal, respond quickly by telling them you care and get them the help that is needed. Help is always available at the Crisis Center, the Department of Social Services, BASH, Sandlands Rehabilitation Center, and the National Hotline for 24-Hour Crisis. Find someone that you can trust to talk to about your feelings and get the support and help that is needed. I am Inspector Mikal Pinder, reassuring you that your mental health matters. You are not alone. Get the help that is needed today.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that's going to do it for us here in the North. I'm Ramiko Knowles.
I'm Shane Stubbs.
Thanks so much for tuning in. Here's a live look at the Bahamas tonight.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together we are unstoppable. Switch today.
This 11 o'clock, as the U.S. readies for a government shutdown, bringing federal agencies and services to a halt, local officials are closely monitoring the situation and bracing for its impact. On Exuma today, residents given access to piped water. It's a historic moment and, in the words of the Prime Minister, a move to bring dignity to residents. We are there for the commissioning of the Baritari Water Supply Project. And day in court, a suspect arraigned on murder charges in connection with that recent mass shooting in the Camp Road area. Those stories, the day's other news, this late night, Wednesday, October 1st, 2025.
The Bahamas tonight at 11. The final word starts now.
Hello again to you on this Wednesday evening. I'm Corval Pye from Welcome to the Bahamas tonight at 11. We begin tonight with the countdown to the showdown on the world stage, as the salaries of hundreds of United States federal workers and some U.S. government services are temporarily in limbo as the United States government has shut down. In essence, the U.S. Congress reached a stalemate on how to extend government funding. The temporary closure has impacted United States Embassy operations right here in Nassau. A Facebook post stated that the social media account will not be updated regularly due to the lapse in U.S. government appropriations, and only urgent safety and security information will be shared until full operations resume. As our closest northern neighbor, we asked Foreign Affairs Minister, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, whether the Bahamas will be impacted.
Insofar as consular services are concerned, which is the main interface that Bahamians have with the U.S. Embassy, the information that we have, the advice that I have is consular services are not affected and visa operations will continue as normal. So I don't suspect there's any significant impact or no impact at all on it.
Now directing us more directly here in the Bahamas, the U.S. State Department releasing its 2025 investment climate statement on the Bahamas, offering both praise and some criticism. The report notes the Bahamas' economy is open and dominated by tourism and financial services, with the U.S. remaining its largest trading partner and tourism source. In 2024, the country welcomed more than 11.2 million visitors, a record high. The government has pursued reforms such as new Public Procurement Act, but the report points to lingering challenges, including high labor costs, a slow approval process, and stalled governance reforms like the Freedom of Information Act and campaign finance laws. Despite these hurdles, the Bahamas ranked 28th globally in Transparency International's 2024 Corruption Perception Index, tied with the United States. Emerging sectors for investment include renewable energy, digital technology, and niche tourism. Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis welcoming the possibility of more competition from a revamped Democratic National Alliance. When asked his opinion after a photo of former Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis and former DNA leader Granville McCarthy surfaced on social media, along with a caption that the fledgling party is set to make a comeback with Minnis at the helm and McCarthy as its deputy leader.
What I can say about that is that I'm encouraged that our democracy is alive and well, that we have the country in such a good position now that everyone wants to be where I am. So I'm happy to see that. What their chances are, we can see. Bahamian people will speak to that.
One more note here about this story. When contacted, former DNA leader Granville McCarthy kept his response to simply, quote, fake news. Barry Terry residents at Exuma now have access to a reliable water supply. For some, it even means transitioning from wells to a piped water system that will not fail when the water goes out. The Prime Minister says it's a sign of progress and a move to bring dignity to Exuma residents. We get more tonight from our Cleopatra Murphy.
It's been years in the making, but now residents in the Baritari community have access to potable water. It's part of a multi-million-dollar water infrastructure project.
This delivery here in Baritari is part of a larger story. A story of a nation choosing to move forward together. When every settlement can rely on the same foundations, when opportunity reaches every island, then the strength of the whole country is greater. That is how we build unity. That is how we build pride in our Bahamas. This work will continue. Settlement by settlement, island by island, we will deliver until every Bahamian feels the same progress you feel today. We are creating a Bahamas where a child in Baritari has the same chance as a child in Nassau, where a farmer in Andros has the same support as a business owner in Freeport.
The commissioning is a part of an overall $9.1 million water infrastructural upgrade for the island of Exuma. We'll have more on that commissioning ceremony in a later newscast. For now, I'm Cleopatra Murphy from Exuma.
Our Cleopatra Murphy reporting tonight from Barry Terry in Exuma. Well, from Exuma up the chain, we head north to the Berry Islands, where Norwegian Cruise Lines Holdings Vice President of Hotel Operations and New Build Delivery, Jovo Sekulovic, announced that renovations to its private island, Great Stirrup Key, is expected to be completed by the middle of next year. And this despite this weekend's minor setback.
It is on schedule right now, yes. As you can imagine, this storm didn't help. It did not really disrupt heavily the works itself. Maybe we are 3-4 days that we were quiet in preparation during the storm, a little bit after. But what is actually the barges coming to an island? You know, like that is something that I think was maybe a week stalled. But I mean, remedies are always made in order to make sure that that is being offset.
Well, by next year, the island will feature an upgraded water park, a multi-ship pier, an adults-only club, an aquatic go-kart and jet ski race course, and a heated pool with swim-up bars, among other amenities. The company executive credits diligent workers for the project's growing success.
We have great contractors that are working on an island. A lot of them employing Bahamian talent as well. I would say 95% of them are from there. So yeah, we are relying on them so far. You will all be informed about all the details and intricacies when it comes to that, and I'm sure a lot of you will be invited to the inauguration of whatever new amenities we have on the island at the end of this year.
Another rift now threatening the upcoming Jonkanu season. Who will manage the Boxing Day and New Year's Day Jonkanu parades now appears to be up in the air. Over the weekend, stakeholders allegedly representing the 22 Jonkanu groups here in New Providence voted by a margin of 19-2 in favor of management responsibilities going to the National Jonkanu Committee. Well, for the past 21 years, management of the senior parades here in New Providence has been under the purview of the JCNP, while the NJC has managed Family Island and Junior Jonkanu parades. The JCNP is rejecting that poll, claiming it is illegitimate, and going even further, alleging the government is seeking retribution over the split within the Valley Boys organization. Well, News Tonight here at 11, JCNP Chairman Dion Miller says whatever happens, the JCNP will see that the senior parades take place, and he called on the government to not be used by surrogates with their own agenda.
I think one of the mistakes that successive governments have made is they have appointed active junkanous to be in charge of the NJC. And so with active junkanous, they need something to do. They cannot get what they need with junior junkanoo and with Family Island. And so they have always been attracted to the big show, which is here on the Boxing Day show. And so that was always the conflict between the JCNP and the NJC.
That is the chairman of the JCNP at a press conference earlier tonight. Still to come, a teenager facing attempted murder charges in court. We'll have that story for you coming up. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight at 11. Much more to stay up for this late night. We'll be right back.
There are some things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good conch salad, junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Things may be tough, but Wendy's got you covered. Grab a day single or chicken sandwich with a junior fries and 16-ounce beverage for just $6.95. Why choose less from the other guys when you can get more? At Wendy's, we're providing bigger bites and better deals. So purchase your Ting's Tough Value Meal today. Now available at all locations excluding the airport and food truck.
You're probably wondering what I'm doing here sitting in our amazing studio. Well, I'm preparing for my new show coming this fall. In Depth with Mukesh Lapinder is a Sunday magazine-style show with timely investigations and deep explorations into the country's ills and triumphs. So join me on Sundays at 10 a.m. this fall for long-form and engaging conversations. And remember, only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
As we continue this late night, a 28-year-old man faced a string of serious charges in court today, including murder, attempted murder, and arson. Dion Ferguson of Flamingo Gardens was arraigned before Magistrate Lennox Colby in connection with that recent double homicide on Kemp Road, which left Eric Beanie Bain and Demetrius Cooper dead and another man wounded. Prosecutors also charged Ferguson with possession of a high-powered rifle and ammunition, and with setting fire to 78 Degrees West Lounge in June, a blaze that caused more than $27,000 in damages. Ferguson has been remanded to the Bahamas Department of Corrections and is due back in court in January for a Supreme Court indictment date. In other news here, a 16-year-old male was arraigned in the magistrate's court this past Monday for 2 counts of murder and 5 counts of attempted murder. The charges are in connection with that multiple shooting incident that occurred on Saturday, August 9th on Roberta Drive in the Ridgeland Park West area, where 2 young men were killed and several others were injured. The juvenile was not required to enter a plea and was remanded to the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services. His matter has been adjourned to Wednesday, December 10th. Pinewood residents are being encouraged to attend a 6 p.m. town hall meeting at the Cleveland Eneas Primary School this coming Friday to learn more about a $20 million drainage remediation project on tap for that community. The meeting will focus on persistent flooding in the area. The area's Member of Parliament for Pinewood is the Honorable Miles Lerota, who revealed that a Ministry of Works team will also be providing more details on the way forward.
Francis Clark, who is the senior engineer in maintenance and construction, is going to be there along with the team from the Ministry of Works, and they're going to give the residents of Pinewood all of the information as to what's going to be happening and timelines about this remediation. Now, this is part of an IDB loan of some $100 million. So remediation is not just going to be 20, it's actually 100, but 20 is for Pinewood.
Minister LaRota making it clear that Pinewood is the first constituency to benefit from the wholesale movement of water out the area, but he says a more permanent solution is needed, including this remediation project.
I have a lot of faith in Mr. Clark and his team to lay out what the plans are. I encourage the members and residents of the Pinewood community to come out and ask questions, because we are going to be running ads starting today about the town hall meeting, and we encourage people to come out. They could ask questions. The professionals are there. I spoke with the minister. There's also some other things that we could do in the meantime as it relates to some new drilling in those areas for runoffs. But that would be supplemental to the main project.
All right, in terms of how motorists and other area representatives are handling flooding across the capital, a tow truck driver is taking our news team on a ride. Here's Danielle Dean.
Basil Brooks of Mr. B's Towing worked tirelessly in the storm.
It wasn't easy. Working inside, heavy pounder, and it wasn't easy, but it was, I was able to help people and get them home safely, so that was most importantly.
And you might even assume that since the storm has already passed, the need for these tow truck drivers has too, but that couldn't be further from the truth.
We have areas like Frank Watson Boulevard where you had to pull a jitney out the water yesterday. Then we have other areas like Pinewood that's going to be flooded probably for the next 2-3 days once the rain doesn't come back, you know. And then we have areas like Vinton and Yamacrow.
Propal Tract resident Jan Major describes the scene there, many hours post-storm.
The entire street is just not passable. It could damage your vehicle, so be careful.
Though his financial gain is on the opposite side of this piece of advice, Brooks still left this message.
I've been advising for the last few days, if you don't have the ride to certain areas, please avoid them. Once the water get up into your system, people find themselves with a dead battery. It's all because you ride through the water get up in your alternator, the battery runs dead. That's it. You know, once you ride through deep water, you know, you block off your exhaust system, the car stalls out. There's nothing you can do.
In the meantime, areas like Pinewood, Saunders Beach and Nassau Village are being drained to provide an improved flow of traffic and overall safety for motorists. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
Time to take another ride here. Let's go to Amajal Knowles, who's up next with sports. Amo.
Team Bahamas picking up its first win at the WSBC Pan Am qualifiers. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
You've got termites and need to get rid of them fast? Trust Rentokil Initial. With over 60 years experience in the Bahamas, the global brand, training and expertise can't be beat. Only Rentokil Initial gives you a 3-year warranty and payment plan options on termite fumigation. No one can match the range of treatments we offer, such as fumigation, pre-construction treatments, termite monitoring, and more. No matter where you are in the Bahamas, we will come to you. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rentokil Initial.
Crystal clear waters, endless pink sand beaches, and the heartbeat of Bahamian culture. This October, all eyes will turn to beautiful Harbour Island as the sail rides for the North Eleuthera Regatta. And when it comes to covering the excitement, no other station captures it better than ZNS.
The North Eleuthera Regatta, yes, it's back after some years.
Make plans to be there October 8th through the 13th. The North Eleuthera Regatta under the theme, Regatta, the return, then and now.
on these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all the large one-topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Pumpkin.
All. Hey, VAT included, but
I need the $10 special place.
How many times would you like?
20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. The Marcos got that deal, boy.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting tingsybahamas.com.
Welcome to your Wednesday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. The Bahamas found itself in a do-or-die must-win situation after dropping the first two games of the U23 Pan American Championships over in Panama. With their backs against the walls, the 242 would deliver their best performance of the tournament. RJ Philippe gives us the full report and the showdown with Aruba.
In a must-win game, Team Bahamas took on Team Aruba. Both teams came into the game with an 0-2 record, but the Bats came alive in the fifth inning for Team Bahamas, winning this one against Team Aruba 7-3.
We changed up the lineup a little bit, bring some other guys and put some other guys back, and then we told everybody's on deck, and we're playing fundamental. We're going to squeeze, we're going to bunt, we're going to hit and run, we're going to do whatever it takes to win this game. We're all going to win this game.
I think the boys came out here, we talked a lot, and we recovered for this game, and the goal was just to execute. In the field, we executed well. There was a few errors we could have cleaned up on, but we'll work on those as we go into the rest of the games.
Chad McKenzie pitched 4 innings while Xavier Saint came in as a relief. Left fielder Kashawn Conliffe went 2 for 4 at the plate, while Ferron Charlton also had 2 hits on the night.
Today went really well because, in the past 2 days, the chemistry was a bit shaky, but we were able to get it through today. The bats were hot. Me pitching, I just had the good mindset. I told the Lord, give me one more each time I went out.
We came into the game knowing that we was going to do something special today because, we started off slow the first 2 games. So we came in with the intent to win, and that's what we did.
Coming out the pen in relief, I just had a mindset of attack, go right at them. At the end of the day, it's 9 against 1, and I trust my teammates.
Now, Team Bahamas will look forward to a matchup against Cuba on Thursday to close out group play. Reporting from Panama City for ZNS Total Sports, I'm Jay Philippe.
Thanks, Jay. Still on the diamond this time over in the MLB as Jazz Chisholm Jr. and the New York Yankees would host their AL East rivals, the Boston Red Sox, in the opening game of their American League Wildcard Series. And this one was certainly not short on drama. Despite a strong 30-30 season, Chisholm was kept out of the lineup for the majority of the opening game as Yankees manager Aaron Boone favored right-handed hitting against Red Sox ace Garrett Crochet. Chisholm was brought in as a pinch hitter in the bottom of the 9th and had an opportunity to do some damage for the Yankees with the bases loaded, but flew out to right field. Chisholm had just that one at bat, and the Yankees, despite having loaded bases in the bottom of the 9th with no outs, would go on to lose the game 3-1, putting themselves in a must-win situation tonight. In basketball news this week, a number of teams hosting their media days just ahead of the start of the 2025-2026 NBA season, and our Bahamian NBA stars partaking in the activities as well. Donning a new jersey this season will be big man DeAndre Ayton, who will be the new running mate for LeBron James and Luka Doncic in Tinseltown. And for him, he says pressure is a privilege.
I'm truly excited to be here. Everything counts, and you could feel the pressure through the door. This team wants to win the championship. I dominate best with playmakers, and I'm here once again, and I'm much older now, and the game is much easier to me, and just playing alongside Luka is going to make a lot of things easier. It's the true nature of the game, and we're here just to emphasize that even more.
Just a few miles down in the Bay, now the elder statesman Buddy Hield entering his 10th season in the NBA, relishing in his role as the Robin to Jimmy Butler's Batman, well, Alfred, if you let them tell it. Buddy Buckets says he's ready for year 2 with the Dubs.
Jimmy didn't visit me in the Bahamas. He lied to y'all.
No, it's been great. He's been great, man. It shows that he cares. And, just, like I said, like having vets like that around you, just their leadership, and, I always consider us the little brother in the group, but, they didn't have to do some of the things they do for me, and I'm just happy to be around and just learn from them and be a sponge each and every day. And as we go on this year together, just ready to be in the fight with them again.
And over the East in Philadelphia, the hype is certainly real for Bimini native VJ Edgecombe, taken with the top 3 pick in this year's draft. With injuries mounting in that Philly backcourt, he may be asked to contribute sooner than expected, and he's certainly up for the challenge.
Overall, I feel like I've grown a lot in every aspect of the game. Just becoming a better player in general, both offensively and defensively. Been working a lot on my shooting, finishing, playmaking. So, like I said, I feel like I've grown a lot everywhere.
That's Look at Your Sports this Wednesday. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out until tomorrow.
Get this straight to our new sales and marketing office, Centerville House, 5th floor, ASAP.
New sales and marketing office, Centerville House, 5th floor, quick.
New sales and marketing office in Centerville House, 2nd Terrace West, 5th floor, on my way.
New sales and marketing office, Centerville House, 2nd Terrace West, 5th floor.
You could have caught a ride with me. We're only a block away from ZNS.
ZNS Sales and Marketing has moved to the 5th floor, Centerville House, 2nd Terrace West. For more information, call 502-3800.
Riding a motorcycle requires a heightened sense of awareness, strength, and better coordination than driving a car. It also involves increased risks and more maneuvering skills. Motorcycles are not as easily seen as a car or trucks. Other motorists, particularly those who don't ride a motorcycle, may not be looking for motorcycles in traffic. This places the motorcyclists at risk, particularly at intersections. Here are a few tips supplied by the Royal Bahamas Police Force to ensure a safer ride. Always ensure that all persons are equipped with fitting helmets and other motorcycle safety gear like effective eyewear. Ensure that the motorcycle is licensed and insured and both license plates are properly secure on both front and back. Do not pop motorcycles, especially when on a busy road or intersection. It impairs your line of sight and your ability to swerve will be delayed. Be alert when riding and be mindful of road conditions, especially when overtaking. Always inspect your motorcycle before every ride to ensure your vehicle is fully operational, especially tires and braking systems. Be sure to be well informed about bike hand signals and other safety procedures. Along with this freedom comes responsibility, but all the risks involved can be managed through training and education. Let us drive safe and share the road. I am Corporal 3599 Camille Johnson, reminding you that safety is everyone's responsibility.
Well, just like that, not only is it Wednesday, it's also October 1st. Let's check in now with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean for a look at our midweek forecast. Good evening to you, Basil.
Good evening, Carvel. We continue to monitor the tropics, and we have Hurricane Imelda, which is racing away across the north-central Atlantic, but there are two trailing feeder bands from that system, one across the extreme northern Bahamas and another across the southeast Bahamas, and they will continue to support a few passing showers tonight and tomorrow. And forecast for tonight, this is how it's going to shape up. Partly cloudy, still on the warm side, with a late night shower possible as a result of that feeder band. Low temperature around 79 degrees. And tomorrow, we are looking at a couple of showers again in the morning. Otherwise, there's going to be a periods of clouds and sunshine for the greater part of the day, with a high temperature getting up to 86 degrees. And your extended weather forecast is looking like this. Those are pockets of showers tomorrow, but come Friday and Saturday, we will see some gray skies once again, courtesy of a frontal trough which will move into the area. And that will bring with it some scattered showers, even some thunderstorms in the mix as well, which will take us through the weekend. And by Sunday, we'll see some slight let-up, but by Monday and Tuesday, that front boundary is going to back up again over the northwest Bahamas, bringing back the gray skies with scattered showers and thunderstorms. So it wouldn't be until about the middle part of next week that we will see some sunshine again. But the daytime temperatures not too bad. We're keeping them below average for the next 7 days. The nighttime temperatures continue to remain a bit on the uncomfortable side in the upper 70s. Cover.
Probably worth noting that amid all this, fall crept in. Well, that does it for the Bahamas Tonight at 11. I'm Corvell Pyfrom, and for all of us, take care, be well, and remember, we will be looking to see you right back here again tomorrow evening. Good night. At the Lyndon Pinling International Airport, I'm Corvell Pyfrom. This is ZNS.
There you go. Window's fine now. Just a little bit of dust. You know, I read somewhere that 75% of all dust is made up of dead human skin cells.
Oh, Overton, you're so smart.
Where?